So after playing Maxwell all the way to floor 50 last night, I honestly still don't know exactly what role he's supposed to play. When I first saw his stats, I thought I had him kind of figured out. 5 movement speed, 2 stealth, okay, another distractor. But like right away, I saw the skill check and the stamina and I didn't know what to think. Then I actually played him, and now I'm not so sure what bro was supposed to really be. Because he has some amazing stats and some really strange weaknesses. And a really strange ability that I think is going to make the community go crazy. I'll start with the good. Waxwell is fun. He's tied for the fastest Toon in the game with 5 movement speed. Only Pebble and Bassy have that kind of speed, and they're both mains. So being able to move around the map this quickly on a regular Toon, it actually feels kind of awesome. Just getting from machine to machine and running away easily from Twisteds, everything feels smooth. But then the rest of the stats don't really tell the same story. He has 2-star stealth, which is great. I've always liked 2 stealth because that's enough to distract on almost every team. And for me, if someone's getting in trouble, I love to pull that bad guy away from them temporarily. So naturally I thought, okay, this guy's probably meant to distract. But then again, I told you I saw that 1 stamina, and to make it worse, bro Chacho has a permanent tired debuff the entire game. It's almost like Twisted Astro chasing you, but not as bad. So yes, he's incredibly fast, but he also gets tired faster than almost anyone. And this is odd, like why would I want to play in a Toon that is penalized the whole game? So King Louie, like for real, can he distract? Well, absolutely. My boy and I joined my Pern team last night, and I had no problem getting him all the way to floor 50. But you definitely feel that 1 stamina. You can't just run forever. Right here was the moment I realized I don't think Waxwell is really a distractor, and I distracted above floor 50 as Gordy, who, although he only has 4-star speed, he still has 1 stamina, and I did just fine. But I didn't have to worry about regenerating my stamina half as fast. Yes, Waxwell does get 5-star speed, so you definitely feel that speed like you do with using Pebble. But you have to think about your stamina way more than someone like Pebble. And last night when we got some of the harder combos, it made it tough at times. Now whether you think Waxwell is actually a distractor or not, knowing how to distract is still one of the most important skills in Dandy's world. If you want to learn more, I'll have my part 1 distractor guide linked at the end of this video. And now we get to probably the weirdest part, Waxwell's extraction. He has a 5-star skill check. Like that's really huge, like really easy to time. You can almost do the machines with your eyes closed, especially on those swimming Barnaby machines. If you've ever had to use someone like Astro, Sprout, Cosmo on those, you know what I mean. So if you have an issue with skill check timing on regular, circle, or the Barnaby ones, you won't have this issue here. Oh, but dev team, I really have a problem. Only 2 extraction speed? That feels kind of backwards. If you're giving me one of the biggest skill checks in the game, my first thought is, you want me doing machines. And if you want me doing machines, I guess I will be at least average at them. But then you make him below average at actually extracting. So once again, I'm asking, what role is bro supposed to be? And then I was like, okay, I can always work on treadmills. Treadmills are not based on extraction speed. Side note, please, if you use Shelly, stop boosting people on treadmills. It doesn't work, twin. But yeah, back to treadmills. Getting them done is based on movement speed and stamina. So I had no issues making the treadmill Icar go up. The issue was I got tired kind of fast. And don't forget, good old Waxwell has that permanent tired debuff. So bro takes longer to get his stamina back after running on the treadmill. Let's talk about his ability. And I don't think that the ability is bad. I think it's difficult to use well. When you activate it, he leaves a trail behind him. Anyone on your team that walks through it gets their ability cooldown reduced. And that's actually pretty cool. The problem is, how do I know when my teammates need that? Unless I'm watching them or we're in a voice chat, how do I know if they just use their ability? Or if they're saving it? Or if they even need the cooldown reduction? Most of the time, you're just guessing. Waxwell's ability can definitely make him a good support Toon, but one that's harder to use than someone like a Sprout. Waxwell is just a complete guess. I kept using it on the Shillies on my team last night. My teammate did say using my ability was helping. He even said it felt like it was more than 2 times power, so I'm fine with that, but it was just still hard to know when to use it. Now you can use your ability for yourself, and it works for you in a weird way. It temporarily removes the Tired 2 debuff for 10 seconds. So it did come in handy, but again, why do I get penalized for using a Toon? Out of the current 40 playable Toons, he's the only one that has something like this. Speaking of being the only one, let's talk about that trinket. His trinket is called Cherished Blanket, but I can't lie, I don't cherish a thing about that. It increases the duration of your trail, which sounds nice, except Waxwell is literally the only Toon with a trail ability. So right now it only works on him. Maybe that changes later, maybe more trail characters get added, but today it's pretty niche. And honestly, I don't like that. It almost reminds me of when we had the Christmas update of 2025. Bobette had a trinket called Toy Kit. If you don't remember, it was probably one of the worst in the game. If you had a Toon with an active ability and had it equipped, and you got in the elevator, it would reset your ability when the elevator closes. And yeah, it was kind of cool for Toons like Astro and a few others, but you weren't often using this trinket over powerful ones like Magnifying Glass, V-Mode, or any trinket that helped with extraction or movement speed. But when they changed Toy Kit this past year to if your Toon had a rain-based aura ability, it increased the radius by 25%, and at that time we only had one aura ability Toon, and that was Russia. And most of the community thinks Russia is just garbage. And when Toy Kit got reworked, they changed Bobette to an aura ability Toon. So many of us speculated we get another Toon soon with an aura ability. It's been 7 months, and we've only gotten 2 new Toons since then. And I'm kinda okay with that, to be honest. One was Squirm, and now we got Waxwell. And neither of them is an aura ability Toon. So now with Waxwell's trinket only helping Toons with trail abilities, how long will it take before we get someone else that has a trail ability? So where do I rank Waxwell? Honestly, I think he's fun. I liked playing him. And of course, I'm a completionist, so I had to get him. And I had to get him day 1, so I could tell you how it all felt. After playing with him all the way to floor 50, I still don't think he's a bad Toon, but I think he's one of the hardest characters in Danny's world to actually understand. Maybe in a few weeks someone discovers the perfect strategy, but today I think he's a flexible support that most teams probably won't build around. I don't think teams are going to start saying, hey bro, go get Maxwell, like at least not yet. Over the next few weeks, we know someone's going to find some cool ways to use him, but after playing with him last night, again, to me he's more like a flexible support than a dedicated distractor or extractor. Now in my head, I already have some creative ways that I think might be kind of useful, but even when I test those out, I'm still kind of skeptical it will truly work out in my favor on serious long run attempts. So now I want to hear from all of you. If you've unlocked Waxwell, what role have you been using him for? Do you think he's a distractor, a support, or something just totally kind of different? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for coming out, and I'll see you in the next one.